What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You guys join me here for a quick review today on this 2024 GMC Terrain. Now, you might be thinking this isn't typically what I review on this channel, but I figured I'd take the opportunity to check this car out. I'm actually out in Las Vegas. I'm filming this from the hotel parking garage because I'm actually at the F1 race out here in Las Vegas. Like I said, really beautiful view here from our hotel garage. You can see the Sphere over here, but the Las Vegas Boulevard is getting really backed up, and it's getting kind of crazy, but figured I'd take the chance to check out the Terrain. This is our rental car for the weekend here in Vegas, and it's a pretty nice SUV. I haven't really had the chance, obviously, to check one of these out, and I'm excited to do so. But you guys will have to excuse me for the kind of quick review and my relative lack of knowledge on these things, but I'm pretty sure that this competes with the Honda CR-V, you know, the Chevy Equinox, Toyota RAV4, and that sort of thing. I think for the 2024 model year, it got a couple changes, like these LED headlights up at the front here that I really like. If we actually go ahead and unlock the vehicle here, you can see I have the key right here. Typical Chevy GMC key. We can go ahead and unlock it here. You can see those really nice triple stacked full LED headlights here on both sides, and I like that kind of boomerang shape of the daytime running light there. But continuing along here, this is the SLT trim of the Terrain, so I'm pretty sure this is one of the lower trim models here, but you can see there are these nice optional twin spoke graphite wheels here with the GMC logo that look good. Continuing along here, you have the turn signals in the mirrors there, and I like this kind of thinning out of the glass right there on the kind of rear pillar right there. That looks good. And if we get along to the rear, you can see the kind of boomerang shape for the LED taillights as well. The GMC badging, Terrain, obviously. So let's go ahead and pop the hood of the Terrain real quick and check out what's powering this thing. I believe it is a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, same engine that's in the Chevrolet Equinox. If I can get the hood open here, obviously it's dirty. This is living the rental car life. I think it has around 175 horsepower or so, which is nothing crazy. It has like a 9-speed automatic transmission as well. Fuel economy for this thing is around 25 city and 28 highway if you have the all-wheel drive. And if you have the front-wheel drive version, I believe it's right around 30 miles per gallon. Obviously, this engine isn't anything special. It's pretty slow. Honestly, I think 0 to 60 is around 8 or 9 seconds. But obviously, it does return pretty good fuel economy, and hopefully it should be reliable in the long term here. So let's go ahead and hop in the Terrain here. But before we do so, I did show you guys the key. This vehicle also is equipped with remote start, which I'm pretty sure is standard. All you have to do is lock the vehicle and hold the remote start button on the key, and it'll go ahead and fire up. And then coming along, obviously, to the driver's side, this car has smart key access, which I do believe is standard as well. We'll go ahead and press the unlock button on the door here, pull it open like so. To actually power this thing on, go ahead and put your foot on the brake and hit the start-stop button as you would already. And the climate control turns off on its own, I guess. But taking a look at the door panel here, we'll go ahead and close it a little bit here to give you guys a better view. You can see there's some kind of fake wood paneling right here. I doubt that's real, but a nice solid feeling aluminum accented door handle. You have 2-person memory seats, which is nice. Obviously full power windows, automatic for the driver's side up and down. This button right here controls the height of the tailgate right here. You can have it up to max or 3/4 or off when it actually opens up. You have some stitching on the armrest. If you go ahead and close the door, sounds pretty good when you close it. There's no blind spot in this car. I would assume that's a option package, but I'm kind of surprised that a car in 2024 doesn't come standard with blind spot monitoring there. Right in front of you, you have the analog gauges with a little helper screen right in the middle there, full color. We'll go ahead and use some of the arrows on the steering wheel here to go through the various menus. As you can see, information, you go through the media, navigation, phone for Bluetooth, and some settings right there. Nothing crazy in terms of customization, but a pretty standard display there as well. This car is also optioned with a heated steering wheel, obviously with this button right here. It has a collision alert right here, which is nice, standard feature to have. You can set the distance for that as well. But in terms of the actual steering wheel here, you can see it is leather wrapped, so you do have some nice stitching right there. But in terms of the design, I'm not the biggest fan of this kind of 4-spoke look. I think it looks pretty old school, so I wish they would kind of update the design here and maybe give it a flat bottom or a 3-spoke wheel or something like that. I'm looking at the top of the dashboard here. It is kind of this vinyl material. You do kind of have some fake stitching right there, but it doesn't really feel like leather or anything. It is soft touch on top of the door panels, as well as obviously the armrest with the stitching that I showed you a second ago. But overall, I'd say the interior quality of this thing isn't the best. You kind of have some fake, aluminum, ish, I guess, on the air vents around here, and kind of everything else in this interior. Like if you go ahead and lift up the center console here, it kind of wiggles around like that. So not the biggest fan of kind of how this thing is put together, but it is, $29,000 to $30,000 starting price. So in terms of technology, this is the 7 or 8 inch full color touchscreen display here. As you can see, I'm going through the different menus here. It is very responsive. You do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is also standard on this car, which is very nice and pretty much what everybody will be using anyway. You do have some physical controls down here for the volume, obviously a dedicated home button. Obviously these buttons right here to disable the auto start stop and the hazard switch. Moving a little bit further down the center console here, obviously these are the controls for the dual zone automatic climate control. I like that everything is a button or a dial, very easy to figure out. Obviously you have a center fan speed dial right there as well, so very easy to figure that out. And I love, like I said, that they are physical buttons rather than buried in the screen right here. What buttons I don't like are for the transmission selector right here. Obviously we're in park right now. It is the P button all the way on the left here, but let's just say you wanted to go into reverse, for example. Obviously foot on the brake, and you actually pull the little switch towards you. It activates the backup camera, obviously with trajectory lines, which is, you know, pretty standard and everything like that. But I can't tell you how many times people have already tried to press the button forward thinking that that's how you activate it instead of actually pulling it towards you. So that's really confusing. I'm sure you get used to it, but it's not really something that I think is very intuitive at all. Obviously, if you were to go into drive, you pull the drive button right there towards you as well. You do, I think, have a manual control right here as well on the right side of the selector. There's no paddles or anything. Like I said, this is the 9-speed automatic transmission, and obviously put it back in park. You can press the P button, like I said. Moving all the way down here, you can see there are a bunch of different connectivity ports right here. There's USB-C, USB-A, and a standard aux input. There's some nice storage right here to put your phone and everything like that. Standard cup holders. You can see this car also has heated seats, and I do like how you can activate different sections of the heated seats. So this is the backrest and the actual bottom part of the cushion there, or you could just have the backrest as the heated seat. I do like that kind of customization there. This is the drive mode wheel. Obviously, you can see if we pull it up on the dial, it puts us into snow ice mode like so. And then moving back down, you can see there's the hill descent control and auto lane keeping as well. And like I showed you guys a second ago, the center console is leather stitched right here. It does feel pretty nice to kind of rest your arm on. If you go ahead and lift it up and move it around, the whole center console shakes. Like I showed you guys, it's not exactly my favorite quality feature, but it does have a nice removable shelf right here. And it is pretty deep as well. You can fit a lot of stuff in there, as well as plug your phone in with 2 more USB-A inputs as well. And you also have some LED lighting. So overall, guys, I'd say the interior of the Terrain here is pretty average. It's nothing crazy. It's not the latest and greatest in terms of technology or quality or anything like that. But it is pretty well laid out outside of this crazy gear selector thing down here. So one other interesting little thing here is that this car is a 2024 model year, and it already has 44,000 miles on it. And like I said, this car is living the rental car life, so it's being driven a ton. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the rear seat of the Terrain here. I do like how all 4 door handles have the smart key access system, but if we go ahead and open the door and take a look at the door panel here, the materials carry over from the front to the rear, which is nice. So you do have the kind of fake wood paneling right there, but the aluminum door handle. You also have the leather stitching on the armrest here. You have plenty of storage as well to fit whatever you need. And if we go ahead and take a quick seat back here, I'd say the leg room and the headroom's nothing crazy. I'm kind of sitting behind a standard driving position, so there's a little bit of leg room here. You also have some climate vents back here and some charge ports, some USB-A. And folding down the center console, there are some cup holders. Also wanted to quickly show you guys the trunk capacity of the Terrain here. It is a full power tailgate, which is very nice. I believe that is probably standard on these cars, but as you can see, it's a pretty good space back here, nothing crazy. The seats obviously do fold flat with these 2 levers right here. We'll go ahead and pull that one, and it actually does the full folding mechanism on its own, which is nice. And obviously once you're done back here, you can go ahead and close the lift gate like so. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick look at this 2024 GMC Terrain. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for a ton of cool content coming very soon. And I'll catch you in the next one.